Thank you for tuning in to an episode of InRange. This is stage 6 of Tiger Valley 2018. What are we doing this stage?
There's a lot of crawling through tunnels on this one.
Crawling's your favorite.
It is.
Yeah, they're tight tunnels too, right?
Right.
That's something you prefer.
Yeah, it definitely brings out my strengths as a shooter.
Absolutely. So in this regard, we both start in one position and there's a bay on the right and a bay on the left. Both have a barricade, and downrange is a paper IPSC target with a red painted line around it. And you have to shoot 5 shots only, 1 from each port of the barricade, and get all 5 hits in the A zone, or you don't neutralize that target. You then crawl through this tunnel, and while crawling through the tunnel, you have to engage paper targets to the left and the right with 2 shots only, A zones only. Failure to neutralize is a penalty. Crawl through the tunnel to the very end, get out of the tunnel, run over to this little hula hoop, load your pistol, neutralize a bunch of small pistol steel, clear the gun, and run to where you started. Is that right?
Correct.
All right, let's see what happens.
Make ready, execute when ready. Show clear. Load, make ready, execute when ready. We're moving.
Clear it. You're clear. Move the next position.
Load, show clear. We're moving.
Next position. Make ready, execute around here.
Load, show clear.
You're clear. Transition to pistol. In the hoop.
Transition. Focus. Focus on that front side post and squeeze the trigger. Unload, show clear. Get out of here. Holster.
So, Fagan, do you remember that time when we shot clean stages?
Yeah, we had a couple of those.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. That was not one of them. Although we did okay. Both of us threw one shot out on the 5-shot target from the barricade. I threw one out to the right.
I didn't see where my hit was. Honestly, I couldn't see the A zone. I was just aiming at the cluster of tape.
I would not have called my throwing one out. I thought they were all clean shots, but when they came back, they said the one with the red line around it had one shot slightly to the right out of the A zone, and apparently you had one somewhere out of the A zone, so both of us are equal on our penalties. We had one FTN each. However, all of the ones through the barricade we got properly. Some of those that was actually very equally done in terms of how difficult it was, whether you were left or right-handed.
Yeah, the first position I got to in the tunnel, I took the one to the right, which was fine to shoot left-handed. The one to the left, I struggled at first to get a sight picture left-handed. I just switched to right shoulder. So I knew that the next time I had one to the left, I was just going to shoot off my right shoulder.
I didn't switch shoulders, but what I did is I just kind of rolled over and I canted the gun at a 45, and that worked. And I did not have any FTNs in the tunnel, so I didn't have a problem there. The pistol stuff was easy. That wasn't hard at all. So an interesting stage. This one was not, I wouldn't say it was like brutally physical, but this was one of the more physical ones we've had so far.
Right. For me, it's more about, I just feel like I can't fully fill my lungs going through tunnels like that.
Those crawling things are harder than they look. Some people, like Ian, who's kind of a mutant in that regard, goes through that with what looks like unhuman speeds because it is inhuman speed. But the reality is going through those is tough. And then trying to reload the gun, acquire, get good hits, and only having 2 rounds to do it is mental and physical stress. And they called this a stress test, and I think this stage was a stress test.
I would agree. Interesting, reviewing my own POV footage, is that you hear me wheezing going through the tunnel. When it's time to shoot, it's breath control.
Oh.
So my respiration slows and stops, the shots get sent, then I continue huffing and puffing.
So what you need to be doing is shooting all the time.
Correct.
And then you'd never be
I wouldn't need to breathe.
You would need to breathe. Interesting. So you're like an air plant when it's live fire time.
Correct.
All right, cool. Let's see how that air plant strategy works. We've got 3 more stages today of day 2. So stay tuned for stage 6. 6? 7. Stay tuned for the next stage of Tiger Valley 2018.